Well, with just a few days until Election Day, early voting in Georgia and South Carolina is coming to an end. News Channel 6's Kim Vickers is live in the studio this morning with more on why you might want to think about voting early. Good morning, Kim.
Well, hey, Mary, good morning. You know, when many of us first started voting, the only option was to cast our ballot on Election Day. There were long lines and you could wait for hours to vote. Now with the option to vote early, you can skip those long lines and vote when it's convenient for you. Another concern on Election Day is heavy traffic, which could keep you from getting to the polls on time. And there are benefits to early voting for poll workers too.
It takes a tremendous pressure, for the lack of a better word, off of the poll workers and of the office staff on Election Day. That's not to say it will be pressure-free or error-free or, you know, anything. We won't have issues. We're always going to have that.
And, you know, early voting is a fairly controversial topic in our political climate. People in favor of it say that it allows voters to skip long lines and vote at their convenience. People who oppose voting in advance argue that anything can happen in the weeks leading up to an election, like candidates dropping out, wasted votes that can't be changed. And with the current mistrust of the voting system, there are some who worry about changed votes and an increase in voter fraud. Director Nancy Gay of the Columbia County Board of Elections says errors do happen, but she hasn't seen any evidence that the systems are changing votes.
I think as far as, you know, flipping votes, I haven't seen it. I would love to see it if it does happen, because then I can fight that fight with them. But I haven't seen it. I think sometimes there might be some possible issues with the touch screen, and maybe you think you hit it and it doesn't like full. I mean, my phone does that from time to time. You know, it might not make a full connection. I don't know, but until I see it, you know, I just have to keep pressing forward.
Now, Columbia County has already seen a record 50,000 early voters so far. Today is the last day to vote early in Georgia. For South Carolina voters, early voting ends for you tomorrow. Election day is Tuesday, November 5th. Mary?